welcome back to your 11th annual IeSF World Championship. We're here with some Tekken 7 in action. I'm back with Brown Man on the mic. And I'm Alchemist. We're here to present to you the top 4 for this year's Tekken 7. First match of the day is the Philippines versus Finland. We got PBE Doujin versus Jopelix in that first to 5. This match will determine who finishes third place. This is the bronze medal match. How do you think this is going to go down? We've seen both of these players play. We've seen them, bring out a few characters. Jopelix bringing out that Feng in the last match. How do you feel about this so far?
This one's going to be interesting. We've seen Doujin play just a varied array of characters, as you mentioned. We saw him do Alisa the last set for most of the time against Take. He's the type that he'll just use anybody that he feels like, so we'll see how that goes for him.
And with that being said, we're going to get the brackets up for you guys. As you can see, those have been the results so far in this top 16. And up to this point, these 4 countries have made it this far. We have Japan and Korea in that grand finals. But first off, we have that bronze medal match. We have the Philippines versus Finland. This match, I think, is going to be the closest match we've had so far on stream. Yesterday, we saw a lot of great matches. I think most people are still on that high where it was Anakin versus Nii, Korea versus USA. I think that was a great match. And we got a lot of great matches today. I think this one's going to be very close because both players have a very, very interesting play style. Jopelix plays that Claudio. He has that interesting style where he uses maybe 3 or 4 moves and he uses those moves really, really effectively. And Doujin, you never know what he's going to do because he plays so many characters and he kind of transfers different things from one character to the other and he uses them well regardless of the character and the situation and the opponent.
I definitely expect this one to be super close. And Jopelix probably going to stay with Claudio, honestly. I think he tried his thing out and that was okay for him, but I think he's going to be a lot more confident with his Claudio. Their styles actually clash a little bit. I've noticed Jopelix, he can play slow, but most of the time he's on the offense more than anything. Doujin, he loves his offense too, but I've noticed he kind of switches it up a bit more in terms of his pacing.
I would agree.
See how that goes. Yeah.
But we saw in Jopelix versus Nii, Jopelix was playing more of a keep-out style, especially with that back one. We go back to that move. And it didn't work out necessarily, but at the same time, he was trying not to get counter hit because the moment he went into range 0, Nii kind of had a read on time and he would set up mental frame advantage situations. But in this case, will Doujin be doing something similar? That's too hard to say.
We'll have to take a look. Oh, we got the geese.
Okay, this is the first time we've seen Doujin bring out that geese. This is the second, this is the third geese we've seen this tournament. We saw Mr. Good from Chinese Taipei, and we saw Nii representing that geese yesterday versus USA.
That's right.
And Jopelix sticking with that reliable Claudio pick. We're in that Twilight conflict. We've got those suits on. First game of this top 4 underway.
We have a wall break here as well, or a balcony break, I should say. Both these characters could definitely get a lot of damage from that, so let's see who uses it first.
Claudio, one of those characters that doesn't have access to a punch parry or a reversal, so the second hit of back 3-2, he's going to have to deal with it the good old-fashioned way by blocking it or guessing. He can sidestep it to the right, but it's very difficult, you have to time it. Gets that counter hit full combo, will carry to the wall hit, sidesteps to realign. He's got that wall pressure, there's that back one we're talking about. Counter hit confirmed. And gets the combo for the Oki, puts Doujin in rage. Will he make use of it? Geese does not have a rage drive, but he does have a deadly rage art. And Jopelix takes that first round in this first 5.
Ooh, Jopelix laying up with the back one.
And he's so consistent on hitting that counter full combo. I think it might be because Geese is one of the larger characters, the 2 always hits. Doujin, even in the second round, he still does not have bar. Jopelix limiting how much meter he can build by being very aggressive, not letting him attack, and takes another round 2-0 right now in this first game. But he does have that 1 bar. Will he make use of it? We saw him make great use of that bar with the sidestep into the whip punish with 2-1. Can Doujin do the same? We'll get to the wall here.
In the previous round, I noticed that Jopelix tried to break the wall with the running 2, but it just didn't work out. Still could salvage the round. A lot of people would have, have their composure broken there and just dropped it.
Generally, when situations like that happen, people do panic, and you probably get counter hit by a get-up kick.
Yeah.
But Jopelix maintained his composure. That was very well done.
Excellent.
And Doujin whittling away at his life. Jopelix almost in rage, and there it is. Claudio always has the threat of that rage grab. Nice duck and the punish. He was fuzzy guarding there. And the low parry. Can he make a comeback here? He does have rage for the added damage. Goes for the extended combo at the wall. Big damage and the spring kick takes it. Raging Storm showing off for the crowd in the first game. Nice punish there by Jopelix. He was ready for that. Not pressing buttons, not hesitating. And Doujin does have those 2 bars there. Always as deadly as ever.
He's letting himself get pushed against the wall. He's trying to make it back. Everything's getting blocked.
Alright, so he blocked the first situation where he used his meter. Very good for Jopelix. He is still run 1 round up. So that 1 meter either has to be used in this round or the next one.
Nice. Ducked and launched there. Heavy damage here. Got his meter. About to build the second one. Doesn't use any of it for now. Sidestep 3.
And most Geese players will end combos with that single Reppuken for the extra Oki. If you do go for the double Reppuken, it is extra damage. Oh my god! Goes for, what are we calling that?
I don't know, the starfish jump.
I think because of the videos that came out when that move, when Geese was first added, people call that the John Cena. So shoutouts to Daddy King. Gets the back 3-2 into the max mode cancel. We'll get to the wall here. And the big combo with the Shippuken. Get up 4. Very well done by Jopelix. Trying to work his way away from the wall. He's got wall position here with Doujin his back there.
That's a rip. 50 time. Oh, ducks. Gets a lot of damage for
this might be it. Depending on the angle at the wall, he can get a jab into a throw.
Oh, it's a wall. But
it didn't matter. Sidestep 3 for the win.
Very nice. Yeah,
Doujin brings it all the way back after being down 2 rounds. Takes the first game in this best of 9.
That was a close one. I can't really say anyone was super dominant. They just went back and forth and ended up back in Doujin's favor.
As we predicted from the beginning, I think this will be a very close one based on the styles. And first game, proves that. But sometimes in these longer sets, someone just finds one thing and abuses it and exploits it, and then gets several rounds or several matches because of it. And it's until the player picks up on what the opponent is abusing that the game changes. But right now, I think it's only been the first game, so there hasn't been that much information laid out. Let's see if those players can take advantage of each other's habits and patterns.
Turn into the wall. Here we go. Drops it there. Gets sidestepped. Yeah, Jopelix is just constantly walking Doujin back to the wall anytime he tries to go anywhere, walks him back. If he tries to escape, walks with him and keeps him there. Same thing Take did to Doujin as well, and it's worked. Oh, that starfish jump.
Sorry, go on.
Every time that happens, I just play the John Cena music in the background. It's like doo 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 doo.
Doujin working on that bar, uses the wall jump again.
I've never seen him used so many times in one game.
I think a lot of the matches we've seen Doujin play, he kind of forces himself, he forces his back to the wall, and he plays really well there under that pressure. As we can see there, takes the round.
Oh, okay.
And this is the big boy damage. This is where it all comes in. That uses the meter. We'll get to the wall here with the Moon Slicer. He's going to get the combo. Will he go for Oki? Goes for the extra damage and the low parry.
Bet everything on
expecting
that
a toe kick. Another power crush. Nice punish there. Gets the starburst. Will he make use of the mix-up here? Goes for the mid option. Doujin not biting there. Almost built his first bar. There it is. This should be the round here. The consistency on these combos because of the Moon Slicer screw, it's such an added benefit for Geese in Season 3. Doesn't commit to the max mode cancel. Wanted to mind game with it. Still has that bar. There's that back one of the best moves with Claudio in neutral, using it as keep out. Also using it to high crush.
Doujin trying to everyone's just checking with back threes right now. Goes for the swipe. Doujin getting himself back to the wall again. Should have let it rip.
Even in these situations where while running 2 for Claudio is blocked, it's still pushing Geese towards the wall. And right now, whenever we see Jopelix pushing someone towards the wall, he makes use of that down forward 3 hit confirm into the wall splat, into the combo, and he always has that back 1 or the sidestep mix up ready. There's that one running 2 pushing him to the wall once again.
This time. Oh, he doesn't.
And this is the max mode version. It's a full combo and a ton of damage. Goes for the Jaiken Ender. Wanted that Oki. 9 seconds left on the clock. Jopelix has rage. Uses the max mode cancel. 4 seconds left. Who's going to take it? Goes for the jab. 1 second. And the crouch jab to take it. He's looping them for maximum disrespect. After that win, takes it 3 rounds straight. over Jopelix in that second game.
That was
Doujin up 2-0.
That was clutch, man. He's just like, yeah, alright, fair enough.
That was as close as it gets.
Yeah.
So it just came down to the clutch. You got those moves that you have ready for the situations like that, where there's 1 second left. People think a low's coming, where you just need that last chip to win the round, and he does a crouch jab to interrupt his pressure and takes it.
Excellent work here.
You can't write this stuff.
Yeah, but that shows how seasoned Doujin is. Like, he's been in that situation a million times. He knows what they're expecting. He just kind of goes with something. Oh, we're back to the Fang.
And this is the character we did see earlier for one game. It didn't work out, but in this matchup, it might be completely different.
Could be. Let's see how he goes with this one. What tools do you think Fang would have to better verse Geese?
Round 1.
Well, Feng has a punch parry, a really good punch parry. And so you can counter the extensions from forward 2-1 as well as back 3-2. Also, you have to remember the fact that Feng has slightly longer range with his pokes, such as the lows and whatnot. And that can come into play here. Also, the back Kenpo, that's always a deadly tool with Feng. You have to mention that. It's not an attack, but it creates so many favorable situations for Feng. And there's that side step forward, goes for the delayed combo. Doesn't get the last hit. Doesn't really matter, still has that wall pressure. And Doujin deciding not to press any buttons. Will it come back to haunt him? He does have that one bar, but it won't matter. Jopelix jabs him, punishes him, and takes that first round in this third game.
Excellent work. Oh, jumping swipe to start it off again. Full power crush. Moving away. The Jopelix is very patient right now, waiting for those openings from Doujin. That could have been a launch, I do believe. But
most people don't try and launch it simply because of the fact that he can transition into his strings because of it. Does have that one bar. We're working in the middle of the stage. Goes for that while running one. Trying to get those plus frames with that wall bounce. Another elbow. Pushes him towards the wall. 30 seconds left on the clock. Goes shoulder
nice
with punish.
Tried it again, couldn't quite get it.
He's still trying that wall bounce. He does have rage now. He went for another power crush, interrupted out of it. Not enough frames for the startup on the armor there. Doujin in rage. Would he make use of it? Cancelled into max mode and goes for the low, but not having it any of it this time. Jopelix ready for that low, blocks it, punishes it, and takes the round.
Here we go.
So this Feng pick looking pretty good right now for Jopelix.
It's working out pretty well. It could be that period of time where you have your opponent pull out a new character and you just take a little while to adjust. Or this could be, Doujin's downfall against his Geese.
Goes for that 1+2 throw. 1+2 throw, one of those moves Geese players love to use when they have their back to the ward. Obviously switches sides if not broken.
Oh, what was that combo right now?
I think that's the combo you have to go to now because back 3-2 has slower recovery.
Oh.
Gets that counter hit homie move. He's going to get the combo here. Will he get to the wall? The dash jab. We got those Tekken 5 combos on deck. Puts Feng in rage. Jopelix still on match point right now. 14 seconds left on the clock. He does have those 2 bars to work with. Jopelix going for the upward 2.
Oh, he's out of
Oh,
there.
this might be it. He could have gotten the shoulder on the back. 7 seconds left. He does have rage. Is the rage drive coming out? And the down forward one to stop any attempt at a comeback there by Jopelix. Very well done by Doujin. Starting off with the 2 into the forward 3. Trying to get him to maybe stand there and take the mix-up, or checking if he's going to punch parry the second hit of that 2 forward 1.
Jumping, he goes in. They're both jumping now. This is airborne.
Oh, the move? I think that was a misinput. We very rarely see that move in neutral. It is a safe move, but it is high. If your opponent's ready for it, they're going to punish you, and this could be it. That's the stand-up throw.
Oh, wow.
Ties it up at 2 rounds apiece. And this is not common. It's the last round, and Geese has 3 bars. Max meter. This is very dangerous. He has access to 90% combos if he gets the right launch. All he needs is 1 standing 2 as a whiff punish, and that's it. That's the round right now. Oh, and there's the punch parry. As mentioned before, he was ready for it this time. Last round, Doujin went for the kick. This time, the punch comes out, and he's parried. He gets punished for it, but here's the meter usage. Gets the wall bounce into the moon slice. He still has 2 bars. Uses one of them, got a bit greedy, gets that while standing 2 punch, and the rage drive. Will this be it?
My god, that was incredible. And he died with meter as well.
Dying with meter is one of the worst things you can do as Geese, because not only did you not even attempt a mix-up, you died having the bar, knowing that you failed to attempt a mix-up.
I think Jopelix actually didn't give him the chance to even use the last one. He used 2 near the wall in the off-axis combo, but he died before the third one could come out.
The thing is, I think Doujin could have killed it if he had the right angle when he did that combo towards the wall with the wall bounce. But he didn't have the angle, and that's what got him killed.
see if he sticks with Geese or changes to any number of characters. Hando maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, he's been going through character roulette at this point. You know, he's got that slot machine. You know, it's just waiting for the character images to load up. And he's sticking with that Geese. He's got a stage change, going to that geometric plane.
Let's go. Clean stage. Love this one. Background looks really tricky.
Who do you think has a more imposing intro, Geese or Feng?
I would say Geese, depending on his costume.
Depending on his so which one's the most imposing?
Probably his classic one. With the
I
red.
think it's the one with the feathers, man.
Oh, true. Oh, actually, yeah. It's like in the wild where those animals like they flare up their feathers to like scare the predators.
Alright, we're in this fourth game. Doujin gets that launch. Will get him to the wall here with that moon slicer.
Oh, he's got another part of the combo.
And the
Let's go.
extended combo, very interesting choice there. But it works out for him. Gets that sidestep 1+2.
Oh, he's flying.
So many wall jumps. He makes great use of it. We saw him using it as Alyssa as well. Alyssa's one obviously different properties, but he's still using it very well here with Geese.
Wall bounce move there, but no wall on side. Yeah, that Geese's Starfish jump is probably one of the best wall jumps in the game. Like easily.
Most people don't even consider those options in those situations, but yeah, you are correct.
Round 2.
Making great use of Geese's wall jump. Does have that one, but Jopelix took that first round in this fourth game. We're in the middle of the stage. We've seen both of these players show great wall pressure when they do get their opponent to the back to the wall. Goes for that extended combo with the wall carry.
Ooh, that's a rip. Let's go.
Meter with Geese right now is so precious, and Doujin knows that. Uses it there and actually gets the hit with the back 3-2, which is very good for him. But he loses that wall position. It won't matter in this case. Gets the combo, goes for the Rikuken to try and close it out. Jopelix ready with the whiff punish on the homie move. He does have rage. Oh my days, look at this combo into the side step 4. And the up forward 2, look at that evasion. Gets away from the pressure at the wall and takes this round.
He was on ice skates or something. He's like, I'm out of here, boys. That was amazing.
That move is one of those moves that has very, very evasive properties. Sometimes it moves Feng in towards the camera, and it really messes up with the players. Sometimes he switches sides.
He went like 45 degrees at least just now. Need for speed, man.
Doujin really liking that back two, even when not near the wall, because it is his wall bounce move. It was the first wall bounce move introduced in Tekken 7. Doujin has 2 bars to work with, playing very patiently, and that down forward one to close it out. Very well done.
Round 4.
He knows he's playing from behind, so he's trying to use his bar conservatively. And when he does get a chance, he'll probably get a launch just like that. Goes for the moonslide. This is going to be big damage. Carry again. What's for the combo here? Is he going to go for the 1 Repuken or the 2? Goes for 1 this time into the stand-up throw.
65 plus damage, 65% plus damage right there. That's crazy.
The thing is, he has far less chances to do that now because of the changes to his bar in Season 3.
But they're still there, and that's the scary part. Ooh, running elbow. Let's go.
And the down 3 to close it out. Not giving Jopelix a chance to use that rage there or make a comeback in any way. We're going to the final round in this 4th game. See, I think he tried to punch parry there. Jopelix is very ready for that for the second hit. And Doujin knows that, which is why going for the forward 3. Carries to the wall. Single Repuken once again. Goes for the sidestep 3. Jopelix to sidestep on the ground. Trying to pressure him, trying to get away. I think he went for an up forward 2. Got a miss input there. Goes for the mid jack and no punish. He could have done the wall splat. Jopelix in rage once again. Goes for the third hit of the string and the down 2 to close it out.
Toe tapping, man. He's ready for that. That's 3-1 right now.
Yeah. I mean, we said this was going to be a close match. I think in this situation, we might see a character change. You know, we've seen that Leroy pick. We've seen that Feng pick. But, you know, his main and his most successful character so far has been that Claudio. We've seen him do great work on that Claudio. But it looks like he's sticking with Feng. Maybe because of the matchup, he wants that punch parry, wants to keep Doujin scared to continue with the strings. And I think he could do really well with that. But the thing is, Doujin is mind gaming so well with those strings that he's not giving him a chance to punch parry. It's only the one situation where he got it. And there's that wall jump once again. Are we going to have a 20-second round? Gets that counter hit 4. He does have rage. This will do added damage and goes for the deadly rage. Will he finish it though? Or will he stop early for the mix-up? Oh my god, that last hit always does 25 damage. It's so much damage.
Round two.
Crazy. Like, and to be able to pull that up in tournament consistently is extremely hard. You have to practice.
We've seen many players drop it, but most Geese players are quite consistent with it, yes. You got to be practicing that if you want to use it in tournament.
Just set up a macro, man. One button, it just does all the inputs.
Is that tournament legal?
Hey, man, they don't need to know.
Gets that forward 4, one of the best keep-out moves that Feng has in his arsenal.
Oh, bud.
He always does these max damage, high wall splat combos. He's ready for these situations.
Nice combo. Oh, couldn't get the conversion.
Just off axis. Nice break on the 1+2 throw. Again. Again. Another one.
I'm having flashbacks to Neva Anakin.
He's breaking all of them. I think it doesn't matter whether he breaks them or not. Doujin just wants to make him press a button or duck in reaction to the throw. He doesn't want to guess those mix-ups. 10 seconds left on the clock. Doujin does have rage. Will we see another deadly raid? 5 seconds left. We're going down to the clutch once again. Both players and the raid drive. The blue shoulder takes the round. Jopelix 2 rounds straight right now.
Fight.
But
Tightly.
even in these situations where he's behind, Doujin has seemed to have no trouble coming back. Can he bring it back, or will Jopelix take this momentum and take this game to get closer to that 3 games that Doujin has ahead of him?
That's a tall order right now, but if anyone can do it, man in this position. Oh, goes under the running elbow.
Feng's moves do have a lot of weird hitboxes, as we were saying earlier with that up forward 2.
Combo. Take it. Not quite there. Goes for some Oki.
He stayed there, stood in back turn. He didn't really care what happened because he just wanted to see what Doujin would do on wake up. He wanted to enforce the 50-50. Doujin didn't come close. He's like, you know what? He's not coming. I'll just leave it 50-50.
Yeah, chill here.
Almost 10 seconds left in this round. Doujin almost has 3 bars. As we mentioned before, that is quite rare. Goes to the power punch. Both players in rage, and another round won by the blue shoulder.
3 bars still right there.
He
Full
died
tank.
with 3 bars.
Full tank.
3 bars and rage.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't help it, you know?
There's only one way worse to lose with Geese than that, and that's to be tied, like to lose in a double KO.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to this. I think this is the 6th match. Yes, it is.
It's a long one.
So it's 2-3 right now, still in Doujin's favor. Doujin taking a bit of time. Is he, changing character?
Good thing. Like, always looking. It's like maybe he's looking around the character section for somebody. Maybe he's picking a costume. Who knows?
Maybe he just doesn't want to deal with that punch parry. The situation, he has to think about it too much, so he has to change his options or limit them in a way.
Yeah, and as we know, you can't chicken in phase 1. So there's a lot of characters like, say, Dragonov. He can do the same in those situations, but you can chicken him, and it's basically useless then. But against Feng, it's a different type of parry. Oh,
and
Julia.
he does change characters. This is a character we saw him play earlier in tournament.
Yeah, let's go.
Julia, one of those characters where you're not going to get a lot of punch parries on. She has elbows and knees for days.
All right, what kind of tools do you think he's going to use for this one to counteract Joplex's Feng?
Yesterday when we saw him play Julia, it was mainly just forward 1 and shotgun. He didn't really commit to mix-ups from shotgun, but he went into shotgun stance, wind roll stance rather, after the shotgun. And there's the hop kick. Nice punish by Jopelix. Goes for that back 3. Back 3 is one of those moves that Feng can't punish consistently at tip range. Has very, very good pushback. If you space it well enough, it's very hard for most characters to punish.
Damn, that's a lot of damage on. He's just trying to get up.
The thing with Julia is if you stay down on the ground against her, she's going to just roll on you.
Yeah.
She's got forward 3, forward 2, up forward 3 plus 4. So many tools to hit grounded. Very well done there by Doujin. Gets that launch and takes the first round. We also had a stage change. We're in that abandoned temple now. This is far bigger than the geometric plane, and it's got curved edges, so some combos, we have some creativity there.
So Julia's trying to set up this reforestation, right? Or, like, save the trees. She streams as well, so she must have a Patreon. Like, where do people go to donate to that one?
I don't know, man.
All right, someone put it in the chat. All right, let's go. Counter hit.
Counter with that down 2. And Julia, one of the few characters that can actually punish Feng's down 2 with a wall splat. She has that full crouch down forward 2, which is an I-12 mid, which knocks down. Obviously, it's minus 14 on block, so using it as a punisher rather than anything else, like a 50-50. But you have to keep that in mind. Doujin up 2 rounds right now. just pressuring him with the jabs at range 0, goes for the hop kick, and Jopelix ready with that whip punish with the forwards 1+2. Will he get it to the wall here? And he does with that new extension.
Less season 3 for thing.
Gets the
wall
wall bounce, caught him ducking, and big damage.
Round 4.
All right, Jopelix looking to even this one up. 2 more rounds and it's 3-3, and that's a tough position for both these players.
He might get to the wall here again.
Oh, man.
Slightly low wall splat, so he had to go for that shoulder ender. The recovery on it is not that great. He's still using the wall bounce, the wall jump, even on Julia.
Julia's one's pretty good as well. It's in the upper end. They got the backflip, as opposed to the ones where they just jump off the wall and do a mini kick. Those are, I think, the hardest ones to really utilize.
I think, and some of them actually give you a full combo. I think that one does as well. And look at this wall carry, drops the combo, gets to the back and gets that while standing 1-2-1. Trying to pressure him. I see an up forward 2 coming in. There it is. Gets the shoulder raw in neutral. Absolutely no respect from Jopelix, and takes the round, ties it up at 2 rounds apiece. Can he take this round to tie it up 3 games apiece?
Oh, excellent.
Gets that while standing 4 into the second hit.
You don't see that one hit on its own usually.
It's only been 7 seconds and Doujin's almost in rage. Goes for that back Kenpo. There's the wind roll we were talking about earlier. Nice punish by Doujin. Went for that back turn hop kick.
Back elbow. If Jopelix definitely understands his matchup, knows what he can do, knows what he can't.
That punch. See, the thing is, the reason why Jopelix can't really play keep out as effectively is because of that lunging punch there. Because if he goes for a forward 4 at a badly timed, he gets punished for it. And the rage drive comes out. For the plus, perfectly spaced war drums, and this should be it. Doujin.
Excellent.
He had that rage drive blocked at the perfect distance where he did not have to realign or move to get that war drums to wall splat. And he knew it. He set it up. He moved around to get the perfect angle, and it worked out in his favor. Very well done there. Takes a 4-2 game lead here. This could be potentially the last game for this set.
How does this man remember all this tech for all these characters all the time? It's crazy.
I reckon he plays like 18 hours a day or something.
25 hours a day he plays. And Mom, it's like, Doujin, go to bed. Mom, I'm playing Tekken. Oh, okay, never mind.
Julia is one of those characters that I actually really enjoy playing, so I like seeing other people play her. Because there's a lot of moves that some Julia players don't use, and I see that with Doujin. He actually doesn't use that much forward 1. No. Yeah, maybe he's scared of keep out options that Feng has, whether it's that reason or something else. We're just not seeing that much forward 1, whereas some Julia players choose to pressure with that as like 90% of their gameplay.
Well, we've got our Floral Claudio this time, so we might be able to see some forward 1. Oh, there we go.
I think this outfit is the sudden death outfit. He always picks it when he's on his last life.
It gives him his power. Florals.
You know, he's ready for spring, but we're in winter here in South Korea. Okay, gets that mid from the wind roll. Pushing him to the wall with the shotgun.
Mix-ups are coming out hard, and Jopelix is keeping his composure right now. He's doing a good job.
He's not overcommitting. He's just standing there. He's waiting for a chance to strike back, and there it is. Gets the punish.
Running at him, back against the wall. Wall bounce.
Ducking and, just slightly away from the wall. Couldn't have gotten massive damage. Does not commit to the last hit of that string. And gets the second hit of the Twin Pistons. Will this be enough? Just shy of it. Goes for the rage drive into the jabs and takes the round. Does Jopelix.
Yeah, he let that one. I didn't expect that at all. Doujin must have reeled back in his seat after that one.
Still not committing to that second hit of the back 3-3. Julia has a great punish for that with the 2 back into the 1+2.
Wall flip.
Yeah, that back flip, it's okay. Like, it's not one of the best wall jumps, but I know what you mean now. I didn't see it earlier.
I know one of the common Filipino setups is they'll wall flip with the back flip, and then they'll expect you to try to low parry.
Yeah, and
so,
they'll do a kick.
Yeah.
That's some cheesy setup, man.
Or they'll just low parry you. Oh, sorry, you do the low kick and they'll low parry. It's happened a lot of times.
See, there's those forward ones. We've seen very few of them. Doujin deciding to actually start using them in neutral now. He's not scared anymore now that he's versing Claudio instead of Feng. He gets that back force through. Look at that wall carry, just 3 hits and almost at the wall, gets the tackle, goes for 1 hit into the 4-4-3 and the war drums to end this round and gets the first round for himself in this 7th game.
I'm so used to JC from Tag 2. Whenever I see a Julia start running towards an opponent, I'm expecting running grab.
Yeah, the Shining Wizard. And as we saw earlier in his set versus Knee, Jopelix still using that 2-1 for pressure, but doesn't commit to the last hit. The last hit is punishable on block. There it is, 2-1 again for pressure. Goes for that hop kick. Doujin comes in for a punch and a hop kick of his own. He will get him to the wall here. What's the combo? Goes for Oki with that
okay,
forehand.
backflip.
Spins into the low and
Nice.
another low. This is match point and set point for Doujin for this bronze medal match. Can he
Jopelix.
take it or can Jopelix bring it back?
There's a lot of work to do right now. Jopelix goes with the hop kick, should get to the wall. Jopelix has a lot of work to do if he wants to bring this one back. He's got a few games to win, and this round itself is intense.
Oh, the perfectly timed hop kick on the read for that low there. This should be it.
Not
One
quite.
touch
Is he
away.
gonna come back?
Can Doujin bring it back? Goes for the Hail Mary.
Down forward 4.
And Jopelix not having any of that. Down
Nope.
forward for a safe mid poke to close it out. Gets another game on the board. Score is 3-4, still in Doujin's favor. You know, every time we go into another match, Jopelix has to be thinking, you know, he's one game away from losing this. And, you know, Doujin going in, he's like, I only got to win one more. I only have to win one more game.
One more. But down forward 4 saves lives, man. So thanks to that, Jopelix has another chance. 2 more games have to come out of him, but let's see if he can do it. I'm sure he can. Honestly, the way he's been playing, he's been adapting pretty quickly to Doujin's strats, even after character changes. So, it's
But that's the
pretty
hardest thing. In the set like this, when you have someone that's changing and swapping through multiple characters, keeping up with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you think to yourself during the loading screen, oh, they changed to this character. Now I've got to remember this tool. I've got to remember this option. How do I deal with it? And, you know, by changing characters, it kind of throws you off guard.
good. It's a mind game.
And I think Doujin uses that very effectively.
He's going to use now, though, his next tool, next character, next, most importantly, costume.
Once again, this is the first 5. He's going with
Ooh.
the Dragonov, the Season 3.0 special.
Now,
as
the
we like
thing
to
is,
call
in
it.
the least, like the 3.1 patch, Dragonov lost his 3-1, which is a big hit to his combo damage. So his 3-1 no longer cancels fast enough for you to continue a combo. So once you cancel it, it's a big delay, and you're pretty much having to end it there. So you don't want to use
Yeah, it's a big hit to his wall carry as well. And speaking of wall carry, gets the combo and carries to the wall straight off the bat. 10 seconds in, and Jopelix already in raid.
Whoa.
Doujin going all out in this first round.
Damn, is Nobi out there? What's going on?
Not giving him any chance, being the oppressor, and just getting these lows, getting these while running twos, getting those plus frames whenever he wants at this point.
That's the thing. I think whenever Doujin brings out a character, his short set style comes out, and it's very good. So in this situation,
Oh my god, look at this pressure!
he's got
How
Jopelix gets to press a
oppressive-
button.
How oppressive do you want to be? He's not giving him any chance to breathe.
That's what I'm saying, man. His short set game is crazy.
And this is a big chance for Jopelix. Can he get that wall break? Get the while running
Okay.
two. There's gonna be big
should
damage.
kill.
What's the combo here?
drops it.
Doesn't get the dash and the Rager
Oh, I pressed nothing. Okay.
doesn't bite, and this is it. Jopelix ties it up for 1 round apiece.
Is that going to stop Doujin's momentum? For his sake, I hope it doesn't, but that could have done it right there. He's slowed down. There we go.
Yeah, see, as soon as Jopelix started this round, he started moving forward rather than backwards. Doesn't want to give Doujin a chance to do those while running twos, but Doujin, doesn't matter, he's still going to go for it.
Oh,
There's
there
that
you go.
while running two, trying to get all the pressure he can from it.
But his inputs per minute has severely dropped, but they're still coming out really strong.
And that was very well done by Jopelix. Got away from the wall. It was at an angle where an up forward 4 from Dragonov would become a launcher. Gets that quarter second forward 1, gets the wall break, gets the screw. Can he get him to the wall here? Drops the combo. Jopelix does have Rage and Starburst. Will he make use of it? He actually did not use the Starburst before using the Rage
Nice
Drive.
punish on
Will
the
it come back
slide.
to horn him? Big damage, delay on the second hit just for the consistency. Goes for that down back 3
Whoa.
and the down back 4 generic low to take this round. And Doujin once again on set points. Can he take it? Or can Jopelix once again bring it back?
Nice launch. All right, here we go. We're going to see a 4-4, take it to the wall. I think he's going to go for an Oki option instead of getting the full damage. There we go.
Yep, there it is, that
There
1-3-2.
Oh, he's got
He
a
went for it
one-button
again.
running too, man.
And he's just playing so aggressively. There's the up forward 4. It would have been a launcher in that situation.
Oh, and the power crush. Oh, man.
And just like that, Doujin from the Philippines takes it of Jopelix from Finland. He is your bronze medal winner, finishing here 3rd place at Seoul 2019 IeSF Tekken 7 World Championships.
That means he gets to share in the pot prize. He'll be getting 3rd place money, and that's pretty good. So a lot of people did look at the bracket and be like, okay, it's single elimination. Why are these guys playing? There's no point. Well, actually, the winner of that obviously gets 3rd place, and they get to share in the pot. So it's basically a very expensive money match. So we're about to go to a break for you guys, and we'll be back soon and bring the grand final.
Stick around for that.
Oh yeah, let's go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are at it again at IeSF World Championships here, the 11th annual one, don't forget. So, we have the grand finals now. It's a big one. We just came through Jopelix versus Doujin, and that was a pretty close one. It went back and forth. That was a hard stopper right there. But now we've got the main event. We've got Japan versus Korea, one of the oldest rivalries to exist in Tekken. So let's take a look at the bracket real quick and see who they had to go through to get here. So you can see that Take, representing Japan, had to go through New Zealand, Thailand, and the Philippines as well. Very dominant this week. And Korea has Ni. Ni had a very close match with Anakin, took out the Mexican representative and Finland as well. So this is it. It's all led up to here. So I'm joined by my co-host.
Alchemist.
Are you hyped for this?
I mean, could you be more hyped for a Tekken Grand Finals? It's one of the oldest rivalries in the game's history.
Insane. That's crazy.
You know, we've got two of the strongest players from their respective countries. We've got Yamasa Take versus Rox Gaming's Ni.
This is going to be crazy. I just know.
Ni coming off of that third place finish at the Tekken World Tour Finals. Many had him as the favorite going into it with such a strong year. They fell just short.
Yeah.
But he played exceptionally well that weekend. He looked almost unstoppable until he came up to the top 3. Can he keep that form? Take, on the other hand, looking very strong this tournament. Playing that Kazumi, playing that Steve, playing that control style that he's known for. Never really taking big risks and just forcing his opponents into bad situations, limiting their options. I feel like this is going to be a very slow matchup, and I'm very much looking forward to it. The question of choice is, who's Ni going to pick?
I want to see a Mishima or a Brian.
I'm calling it's going to be Kazumi versus Steve, but I want to see the Brian.
That definitely. I want to see a Torn Jet Upper. It's in his contract. What's going on? Oh, Steve Mirror. What is this?
I would not have called this. We got the Steve mirror.
Let's go.
This is one of my favorite mirrors in the game because Steve, like, he's such a flashy character. His moves are just punches. He has very few kicks, but somehow his combos look so swanky.
He's a classic guy. He's English.
And even after the changes to this character in Season 3, many people still favoring him because of the very strong control style of play that his character offers.
Alright, Take went for the easy combo there on the counter hit down forward 2. Didn't want to risk the extension.
You do lose about 20 damage there, but you have the safety in knowing that you will hit that combo every time. And gets that flicker 2, wanting to enforce a mix-up from that flicker stance. Wants to check his opponent's duck in after that back one is blocked.
Ooh, rocket punch.
Ni in rage. The win button comes out, but deflected with that while standing one. Take takes the first round in this Steve mirror.
You think this is your grand finals for any event ever?
No.
Divas Take Steve Mirror?
Not really. But I want to point out, when I watch Take play Steve, his Steve is extremely simple, and not in a bad way. He doesn't really try and set up situations with down 2-1-2 or down forward 2 into like a hard read. He'll just play this solid style of Tekken. But Ni does the exact same thing. Ni, one of those Steve players that loves to use that 1-2-1, no flicker, no peekaboo, just raw, and does it really, really well. Gets that down forward 2, ties it up at 1 round apiece.
The styles are both brick walls. It's like an immovable object versus a unstoppable force. And this is what you're getting. They're going head to head right now. That's crazy.
He's still going for that forward 2 after the down forward 2 count here. You can do the back sway 1, which is actually 4 more damage, but I guess he wants that specific Oki situation.
Sways back a little bit. Nice. Gets out of the way of the stomp and the punch and punishes him for it.
One thing interesting in this matchup is Steve's punch parries. They're very effective against Steve in the mirror, and he does have that one that activates on frame 3 from Peekaboo. And you can do it manually, you can do it at any time, and a lot of his moves transition into the stance where he can do it and he has access to it.
Jabbing, there's a lot of punches, obviously.
Well, that's what you're going to see in a boxing fight. Gets that while standing 1-2 punish.
I noticed for a few seconds, Take was dashing forward very quickly. This is testing. See what he's going to do with it.
A lot of Steve players do like to dash forward. This could be the game-winning combo, and it is. Gets that Sonic Fang. That was actually really, really clean by Ni after losing the first round. Very well done in that Steve mirror. I think he started off a bit shaky, but then he gained control and composure and just took it from there with all the information that he had in that first round. Very well done there by Knee.
We're going to see a character change.
I think we will, but I don't know if it's going to be this early. I think he's going to stick with Steve maybe, but it depends. It depends what he's trying to go for. Maybe he picked the Steve without knowing that Knee was going to pick the character as well.
I believe you. He must, like, if he decided, all right, I'm going to go head-to-head with Knee and he's Steve, I respect that, you know. Oh, he's got, all right, I respect that even more right now. Let's go.
It's not like this matchup is in either character's favor. I mean, it's, it's straight down the middle. If someone tells me otherwise, I need some proof.
Steve's going to win. Steve's going to win. All right, let's go.
Round 1.
We do have a stage change, though. We're in that Dragon's Nest.
This one can come up with some tricky combos for these guys. You know, if they got it against the wall, they can do some different combinations to get some side wall combos. That looks pretty good.
No
It does a lot
punish.
of damage.
You have to be ready to punish that full crouch launcher. He does have the forward 1+2 or the Sonic Fang that will punish very consistently. And the perfectly timed counter hit by Take gets that right hook into the combo for the wall carry there. Does have wall pressure here. Knee goes for that right weave, trying to get that counter hit. The new moves, we're trying to incorporate new stuff here in that Season 3. Knee does have Rage. Will the Rage Drive come out? Looking for a timing where it will hit. There it is.
Button.
What's the situation after?
Oh,
Take.
the punish. Could that cost him?
He had the round with that punish. This could be it. Will he go for the Gatling gun? Goes for the Oki
flip.
from the Shoryuken
Down
into
two.
the low. Take committing to
Oh,
that dart.
nice low parry!
Both players lost their chances to close it out, but
Akam
Take comes out on top in this first round of the second game. And the quick hook, the left punch straight to the face, gets that counter hit, gets the combo into the Oki from the wall carry there by Knee.
Oh, gets the mid option.
That's the move you use to check people who are fuzzy guarding into a button. And it's very well done there by Take, doing it straight off the bat. Down 4-2 to close it out. Safe homing move, very well done there by Knee. Ties it up at 1 round apiece.
It's pretty close. Oh, nice. Starts the round with a low parry. Ballsy right there.
Yeah, both players are really ready for these low parries. Will he go for the Shoryuken combo again? Decides to go for the Gatling gun. In that situation, Steve has this beatdown where he can do the forward 2. If you do it very fast, it'll hit a grounded opponent, and when the opponent techs, it'll only be -11 on block. But in this situation against Steve, it's not really that good because Steve's I-13 and I-11 punch have the same move. You're going to get while standing 1-2 regardless.
That should close it out at the wall. Sonic Fang. He's playing extremely well right now. Take's keeping up, but he just can't get the end of each round.
And there's that down 4-2. Both players checking with these back ones and down 4-2s. 2 of Steve's signature moves for controlling neutral. Both players in the middle of the stage. Take doesn't want to give up that wall position, but somehow lets Knee come in. We're back in the middle of the stage, pressuring him with the peekaboo stance.
Notice most of the pressure isn't coming from attacks, it's just coming from the movement.
Look at the range, the extended hurt box. Gets that back one counter. This could be it. He goes for the Gatling gun. Oh, no.
And down 2 saves him. 2 rounds apiece. Okay, Take bringing it back. Let's go. Floors are breaking. That's an OHS hazard right there. They should clean that up.
We still haven't seen a single successful punch parry. The only one that came out was actually a counter hit. That one that hit actually. Goes for that back 2, expecting a duck in that situation. A lot of Steve players do like to dash into that stomp there. Nice punish. See, he's using that down 4-2 check. It doesn't want him to weave. Down 4-2, one of the best options Steve has against Steve in the mirror, stopping him from weaving in either direction.
It's getting intense.
Both
Neither of them have rage.
Yeah,
So
they're not overcommitting. Goes for that rocket punch.
really at rage. Take will have the blue very soon if he continues.
All it takes is one counter hit. Who's going to get it?
Oh, Knee. Here we go.
That situation there where he done the while standing 1-2. Sorry, Take takes that game, ties it up a 1 round piece. I want to go back to that situation where he punished with the while standing 1-2 and he went into that quarter circle forward 2, that new low that he got in Season 3. In that situation, use that if you expect your opponent to do a crouch jab, because it actually beats crouch jab in that situation.
Okay.
And some people just like to stand block because, Steve at +3, he might get a back 1 if you button, you get that counter hit. But if they crouch jab, it'll beat the back 1. So in that situation, he went for that quarter circle forward 2, where it evades the crouch jab. Very well done there by Take. We're going into this third game. In the Steve mirror, Knee deciding not to change. And this is the character that he plays in top 3 at CWT.
Another one. He's carrying this event.
See, same situation as last time. Goes for the flicker too. Very quick round there by Knee.
18 seconds. That was just straight pressure on Take.
The best thing against Steve is if you want to prevent a comeback, you want to never let him get into rage, because the moment he gets into rage, you have to be scared of that rage drive. You have to be scared of counter hits. And obviously, if you have your back to the wall, he can mind game you with that stomp.
And that is an actual legitimate strategy sometimes, where you're going to end your combo, you're not going to kill, but you're going to put them in rage. Sometimes you'll end it early, not give them that damage, so then maybe your next combo completely takes them out. You don't want to give them that opportunity.
You do that against specific characters.
Yeah.
He gets that get up kick punish on that beat-down attempt by Take. He does have rage. Will we see that rage drive comes out? There it is. It is blocked. No button there by Take. Does not get counted. Ducking in his face. And the down forward one. The classic safe poke to close out the round. Ties it up at 1 round apiece.
1 game apiece too. This is getting... I can't even believe this right now. Take is doing amazingly. He's been playing crazy at this event, and now it's coming out with Steve.
I think, so Knee is still using the very few moves that he started off with. Take trying to explore new options. He's going with that instant punch parry, using it, trying to get a timing where Knee might do a back one. And there it is, the flicker jabs, trying to pressure with them. Down for 2, caught him ducking in to trying to pressure with that low, and gets the low parry. This could be it. Gets into the wall, just enough, gets that Sonic Fang, and...
Damn, this is crazy. Alright. Starts with down forward 2, Knee ready. Punch parry!
That's the first one we've seen. Okay, for those who don't know, that specific punch parry with Steve, the only thing guaranteed after is a forward 2, but it is legitimately a just frame. If your opponent is using that quick low after it, you have to tech right to avoid it. Tech left does not, tech right does, because it's 2 frames faster than tech right. And there's that punch parry, still trying for it. Goes into the down 2.
Nice duck.
Knee does have rage. There's the rage drive. Uses the first hit of the while standing to mess with his timing with those mental frame advantages.
Still alive.
Take in rage uses that 1-2-1 to try and work his way in there. Down 1 into the right weave. We're down to the clutch.
Oh, down 2 to snuff out the rage drive.
And that rage drive, the rage drive 1 does have an auto block feature, but it does not block lows. And Knee recognized that. Expected the rage drive so that Take can get that wall pressure, but Knee not having any of that. Ties it up for 2 rounds apiece. Going with that new low. That low is actually minus 18 on block. Those very rarely launched, but Steve can launch it since his fastest while standing launcher is I-18.
While standing 1. And Knee trying to push Take against the wall, but Take's movement in Twitch starts just too good right now.
See, last time he did that peekaboo 1-2, he went for the punch parry. This time he went for a duck, maybe to check timing on a counter hit. Doesn't work out for Take. Knee with that down forward 1 check. And he's going for the down forward 2 now. Both players trying not to let each other weave in either direction. Weave, a very deadly tool if used correctly. Gets the counter hit, drops the combo. If he had the actual combo there, that would have been the round. And the
there it is.
1-1. Take takes the lead in this Steve mirror. 2-1 over Knee.
Will Knee change character at some point? We're just like, no, this is my character. You ain't doing this thing.
Okay, we're talking about Steve right now. Let's talk about which characters do well against Steve on paper. The characters that most people think do well against Steve are Katarina, Marduk, and we have Law.
Yeah.
But I think most people would agree that one of the hardest matchups for Steve is that Yoshimitsu because of the flash. Knee does play many characters, but right now deciding to stick with that Steve in this matchup. Very interesting. Even this far into the set, this is the first to 5. You'd think he wants to go for that Brian. He's been saying he likes to play Brian in the long set, but deciding to stick with that Steve. Gets that combo off the quick ball, the Gatling gun ender. Using that backswing goes 0 on block to create pressure at the wall, and the rocket punch to close out the round.
Excellent. Okay, going for that parry. He expected Knee to press a button at the start of the round, I guess. Oh, dashing his face.
And Steve not one of those characters that can really punish duck transitions. He doesn't have like a big mid that's generally safe without getting a counter hit. And the backswing flow!
That's the Temi special right there. Take it to the wall, drops it.
How often do you see that hit? That's his highest damage launcher. It does 33 damage on its own.
Well, that's it. Oh, it doesn't let the whole string rip.
Knee on his last life.
Rocket punch. Oh, Take's got some momentum right now. He's figured something out, and it's really working for him.
Commits to the full string. See, he just stood there. He was expecting a stomp perhaps. Because when you do get close, that's when Steve wants to use the stomp. In other situations, you know, the Steve player has to either push you to the wall or dash so close that, you know, you risk making it too predictable. But in that situation, Take put himself in a position where that was...
Oh, he's going for it. He got it.
And he finally commits to the combo. Will get to the wall here with the Sonic Bang. Drops the combo, wants to go for the 1-2 perhaps into the Sonic Bang there again. They trade the classic Steve mirror situation. Both players going for that back one on the same frame.
Back against the wall. Knee's coming out though.
Okay, not pressuring him, not trying to push him towards the wall. Lee does have that rage drive, used it, but interrupted once again with that while standing one. We saw Take win the same way in the first game.
Excellent.
The first game that he won, sorry.
Snuffing out these rage drives all over the place. It's one right now.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, there's no winners bracket, there's no losers bracket. This is a straight first to 5. Whoever wins 5 matches first wins the whole thing.
If this was a regular tournament, it'd be over.
And he's still sticking with Steve.
I respect that. This is very neat. Oftentimes, especially in the long sets, he'll just stick with the character and just win or lose. Nice low parry. All right. The pendulum swung back into this direction right now. Let's see.
You see that he's sidestepping right before that duck 1 for the low parry combo, and that's because you can get a bit more damage with that back 1 instead of the instant flicker combo there. And gets that cancel into the Sonic Bang, down for 2 to close it out. Lee bringing it back after losing 3 rounds straight in the last game.
What is it that you think he's found, maybe?
I don't know if he's found anything. He's just changing the rhythm in the way he's approaching neutral. Right now, he was using a lot of down 4-2s and a lot of back 1s. They weren't working out because he just couldn't find Take's timing. Take too reserved. But now he's getting all these low parries, and I wonder what he's looking for in neutral to get these low parries. And this should be it. Gatling gun to close it out.
I wish I could see that round again. He just hit so many things perfectly, like consecutively. That was crazy.
And I feel like neither player is using down 2-1 situation to condition either player. They should be using it a lot more, but one of the things to note is if Steve does commit to down 2-1-2, you can always right weave or you can duck forward and launch the other Steve player. But it is a hard read. See, there's that down 2-1 there that goes into the right weave, trying to get that counter hit, pushing him to the wall, goes for the punch parry. A punch parry of his own to counter it there.
Oh, misses the power crush. Down 4-2 all day.
You know when you're trading down 4-2s, that's a Steve mirror right there. Take in rage, breaks the throw. Will we see the rage drive come out? Knee about a touch away from getting rage himself. And the quick back 1!
Wow, you got 3 rounds. Just like that. You got 3 rounds? All right. Hold my stick, hold my stick.
And he's taking a sip of his coffee. Just
Is that
like
Starbucks again? All right.
That's the killer instinct right there. So yeah, Take took 3 rounds straight in the previous game, and Knee just bringing it back.
He's still a game ahead though. He's got a little bit of room to move. At this point, I hope he stays with Steve. I'm enjoying this. This is a pretty good set. They're both learning about each other and applying new things every time. New layers.
We do have to remember Take does have that Kazumi. He has that Paul. He has a few other characters. But I don't know if he'd want to pick Kazumi into Steve. Many people think that's not a great matchup for Kazumi, but I think he's going to stick with Steve, and he does. We're just getting a stage change, and we got that abandoned temple.
Alright, let's go. Low-key though, I would like to see a bright mirror, just for the fun of it, but obviously not the best idea right now. This Steve mirror is going pretty good.
One thing to note about Take's Steve is if you watch him at the wall, he very rarely does what other Steve players do, where it's a 50-50 or a mix-up at the wall with the rocket launcher, with the stomp. He generally lets his opponent get away from the wall and then just pressure them, try and find counter hit timing or something like that.
It's funny because that's the opposite to his Kazumi.
Yeah.
Kazumi definitely wants to keep them there and mix them up.
And now pressuring with these jabs is Take.
Oh, down forward 2.
You can do something like a down forward 2 into bun. Obviously it's unsafe, but you can do it if you expect a slow bun from your opponent. Nice break on the 2 throw there by Take.
Back ones for days.
Still going for that punch parry. Punch parry's own. One of the few non-punch moves Steve has, that elbow launcher. -10 on block. Does have some pushback, so Steve does have...
Oh, sidestepping the rage drive. That was excellent. What a read.
You know, when you get those as Steve play, you know, you're happy with that. Getting that sidestep punish with that rage drive. Goes for the plus frames with the while running 2. Commits to the second. Nice punish by Knee. Into the low. Knee very rarely goes into stance after that back 1-2 punish. A lot of players do like to go into the stance and mix up. Knee very rarely does so, and he likes to go for that while running 2 or the down 1 mix up there. Gets that rocket launcher. This should be the round for Knee.
That's it. Bang at it again. All right. But again, Take's still a game ahead, but these guys are still going back and forth.
Still using that flicker 2. The main reason you use that is to check your opponent's ducking after they get hit or they block back 1 on normal hit. Oh, sorry, they block it on, obviously block. Gets that low parry again into the duck 1 combo. Will he get to the wall hit? Goes for the instant peekaboo. What's for Oki? Goes for that tackle into the stomp. That's the first one we've seen.
You tried to pick him up there with that
Alright, this
secret combo.
This is the no respect round. Absolutely no respect. Just going for them stomps all day. He still has wall pressure. Goes for that 1-2-1 into the while standing 1 knee with a 2-1 round lead in this 6th game. In this Steve mirror. We've had a Steve mirror throughout the whole way so far. It looks like it's going to go like this all the way to the end so far.
I ain't mad at that. Oh, gotta hit back one. See what you're not gonna get it to the wall, I don't think. No, not quite. But Take's back is to the wall. Nice break.
See, last round was the stomp round. This is the mid round. He's gonna go for all rocket launches at the wall. Take sidestepping away from the wall. Goes for that Sonic Fang. I think he expected a whiff punish there, but it was too late.
Oh, went for the conversion.
A bit late on the counter. Gets those plus ranks and the back one. Showing no respect for those plus ranks he got from that running 2.
Moving it up. 3 apiece. Wow.
Now, will we see that character select? Will we see that character change?
Let's see. A lot of... He's thinking about it. He's thinking about something.
So Nee has won the last 2 games in the Steve mirror. Looks like he goes straight back into it.
He's committed.
I'm honestly still so surprised that the grand finals is a Steve mirror.
Yeah.
I would not have called this on any given day. Though these 2 guys do play Steve, I would not have expected them to play Steve into Steve as a matchup. Poking away at him with the peekaboo, goes for that throw. Nice break by Nee. I think that's the first throw Take has attempted. Nee obviously went for the 1+2 and the 2 throw earlier in this set. Pressuring him once again.
Dashing in his face. Nice punish. That's the rocket punch. They just always just sitting at range 0 and then going back to range 1 and coming back in and trading again.
And there's that counter hit with the punch parry. Gets the combo and takes the first round in this 7th set. This could be the decisive game in this set. Yeah, that quick hook. We'll get him to the wall here. What's the combo? Wants to go for that back sway 1. Using the Oki there. Take trying to step away from the wall. Does not want to deal with the pressure. Nee's shown that he likes to stomp at the wall. Will he commit to 50-50 there, or will he push him away from the wall? Take does. Does have rage. Is the rage drive going to come out? There it is.
There it is, yep. Take's style right now is just a lot of fuzzy ducks, a lot of twitch ducks, just to avoid a lot of Steve strings. He knows them well. That was a sick back sway.
See, as we saw there, Take did the down 2-1-2 string. He did not finish it, but Nee tested it. The next time this situation comes up, Take has to remember, hey, my opponent buttoned here. Can I cash in on that last hit? And he tried it in the same round. You should never do that.
But no punishment. That was pretty interesting. I don't know if Nee was like, is he going to do it though? Maybe. I don't know. Let's just duck and see what happens.
I think, honestly, he should have saved that for a future round. He had too little life to work with. Yes, it was a big risk and a big reward, but it wasn't worth it in my opinion. He goes for that Gatling gun there.
Doesn't finish it.
Yeah, the off axis there didn't help him.
Oh, let's see.
Take always trying to work his way away from the wall. Nee not letting him get away for free. Comes in with the low. That's a low parry timing that Nee had earlier, but this time Take changes it slightly. No low parry there from Nee.
Take's double stepping is doing a lot of work for him, covering a lot of space and being able to avoid a lot of things with that is really good for him.
Using that new low, goes for the peekaboo forward 2. One of those moves that's really hard to punish. It is actually minus 13 to 12 for Steve. Does not punish him consistently with any moves.
That should be the round right there. Sonic Bang. Whoa.
And Nee finally takes the lead in this Steve mirror. I think this is the first time that this has happened.
That's so weird to say, right? Like, Nee's luckily taking the Steve mirror out there. This is crazy. Take's doing amazingly, but Nee, he's got them reads. It's a long set, and he's known for these.
And he's still not committed to the second hit of that shoulder string there. Goes to the low. It's interesting that he decided to duck the Albatross down 2 there. Very rarely used in neutral like that. A bit late on the cancel for the Sonic Fang.
Oh, could it be Nee's game? There it is. The low parry.
So Nee up 4 games to 3 over Take. We could be going into what is the final game of this IeSF 2019 Tekken 7 World Championships. Once again, this is a first of 5, also known as best of 9. Will Japan take it or will Korea take it? Take sticking with the Steve all the way till the end.
Respect. Japan is on a roll. They won TWT last week, so let's see if Take can bring another medal home. But Nee standing in his way. That's a formidable
I'm honestly in
opponent.
shock right now. Like, I'm very happy that we have a Steve mirror, but I expected a Kazumi here against Nee.
You're like they're both your characters. It's a treat for you
Yeah.
either way. Double the fun.
Goes to that flicker 2 once again. One of Steve's strong mids in neutral. You can use it to mix up timing because it is slightly slower than his other moves. And it is a counter hit launcher now in Season 3.
Okay, just barraging. Very nice. That should be the round right there. Excellent.
The hard commit with that back 2 gets him the round. Take takes the first round here in this 8th game that we have in this Steve mirror.
And it starts off with the lows. Albatross 2 in the low as well. Trade that shit.
He still gets a combo.
Yep.
Fortunately, he was left in a position where he wasn't too far with that down forward 1 with. Still going for that backslay 1, wants the Oki from it. Most Steve combos have very specific Oki situations, but most of them have really good Oki. Knee's choosing that one specifically for that rocket launcher on test.
Following knee across the wall, does not want to let him get out. No break on the throw.
There's 50-50. Arcade decides to stay down, and Knee recognizes that if he had back rolled, he would have gotten hit by the Sonic Fang or the forwards 1+2 there. And obviously Take knows that, being a Steve player himself, decided to stay down. Finally gets the stomp on the duck transition there from Take, while standing 1-2 punish into the rocket launcher.
Catching a bit, goes for the 2. Oh, he's
See,
trying to catch him.
Yeah, he's starting to throw out them punch parries, and there's the low parry timing. Knee has got that ready, gets the low. What's the combo here?
Oh, not quite. Bring it back here. Nice block. Oh,
And he's on match point. He is on tournament point.
Oh boy,
Knee.
let's go.
Can he take this?
Japan, send Take your energy right now, and Koreans, give Knee your energy.
That is not a good start. Gets the combo. Gets him, pushes him to the wall with that peekaboo forward 2-1. Take trying to sidestep, trying to weave away from the wall. Nice punish there on the skyscraper.
This is it. This could be it for Take.
Goes for the stomp, and this could be the combo.
I don't think it's going to kill him. He's going to have a little bit of health to work
He's
with.
going to have a great position here.
Oh, steps
Try
on
and
him.
close it out.
And
Goes
the down
for
2.
The down 2 to close it out in this Steve mirror. Korea, Knee is your champion here for 2019's IeSF Tekken 7 World Championships. Very well done by him, winning that Steve mirror over Take, over Japan. What a great set.
This music is epic, though. I'm like, man, if I ever win an event, this is the music I want to play right now. That was incredible, and no one could say they expected what we just saw.
No.
A Steve mirror going that deep into the set, like a Knee versus Take. That's incredible.
And what a way to end such a storied rivalry throughout the history of Tekken. We have Knee from Korea versus Take from Japan. You know, throughout history, they've been the strongest countries in Tekken competitively. You know, these days we've seen a lot more countries come up, but when you look back in time and you see who's done well competitively, we have these two countries on top, and Knee, representing the South Korean flag, is your champion here for 2019 IeSF. Very well done, and congratulations to him. I don't know what to say. Like, that Steve mirror was amazing to watch.
People got to study that. That was incredible.
The thing is, the way he played the matchup was very, very unique, because at the start he played quite slow. He was letting Take do his thing. He picked up on the low parry timing, and when that started happening, the I can't even talk. The momentum changed. And when the momentum changed, Knee just had a free route to the wins.
It's incredible. Like, I honestly, anyone who wants to play Steve, or even just wants to learn to play against Steve, needs to watch that set. I learned so much stuff on my own, and I'm not even a Steve player, but definitely I will utilize some of the information I got from there. That was a masterclass right there.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for your 2019 Tekken 7 World Championship here at IeSF, Seoul, South Korea. Knee, once again, is your champion, winning it over Japan's Take. Thank you all for tuning in. That's it from us. Take
Have a
care.
nice night.